Good morning. I had one other person camp nearby. There must have been other people in the area, but they must have been further back by where the creek was at or so. But we had heavy condensation this morning. I definitely have to dry some stuff out. And anyone else who was camped by the creek is probably in a worse situation as far as dampness goes. But it's another chilly morning. We just entered the park. We got like 17.5 miles to get all the way through it without a permit. Up and over Mount Micah today. It's gonna be a big hill climb. I think we're at 3,000 feet elevation right now. And top of Micah's around 8,500, 8,600, something like that. So we got over 5,000 feet to gain and something like 14.5 miles to get to the top there. And then somewhere on the descent on the backside, we exit the park and we'll be looking for camping shortly after that. We're passing by an old windmill. Little info kiosk here is just talking about roughing it out as life as a cowboy. A junction here. Now we're going to be on the Quilter Trail. There's a little memorial plaque for him. Loving memory of John Quilter. And the sun is just now coming up above the ridge. It'll start warming up here pretty quick. I'm still mostly bundled up with the coat and everything. The cactus is growing in thick up here. There's a hawk on top of one of the cacti up there, scouting for prey. I was just thinking how full of life this desert is. The whole time I've been in Arizona so far. Compared to like the CDT, the first section of New Mexico is practically completely barren. You don't even see lizards that much. Everything is out here in this place, totally teeming with life. First little water source of the day. We're still in the shade in a valley, so water here is going to be nice and cold. If there's nothing else, there's supposed to be intermittent streams apparently in the reports, but if there's nothing else, the first campground should have water, and that's about 6 miles up. Grass Shack, I think it is. Whenever I see the trails with the nice steps and all this stone moved around, that's a lot of work. So thank you to the trail maintenance crews that are out here building stuff like this. Definitely a steep, grindy uphill. It's not super steep, but it's steep enough. It's gonna be even worse once we hit like high noon and it starts really warming up. I'm a couple hours in for the morning. Figured I'd take a sit-down break on a nice rock ledge, try some stuff out. This shouldn't take too long. My sleeping bag is absolutely soaked right now. But definitely got an awesome little view. Done with the break, everything's nice and dried out. Back on trail. I was looking at the elevation profile, and it looked like the steepest part of the entire climb was what we've already done, the last 2 miles or so. It still chugs along at an uphill pace, but looks like it'll be not as steep, so that'll be good. And one other thing I forgot to mention earlier is that last night I had the beef stroganoff, I think it was, peak refuel meal. And those guys are back on the naughty list because now I'm having problems again with their water proportion amounts. It said to only add 3/4 of a cup of water, and I'm like, well, that seems like a little bit, but let's go for it. And it turned out to be totally not enough water. It's like a big concrete block mess, so basically I had to double the water proportions again. They got the flavors down though. 10 out of 10 on the deliciousness of their meals. Here's one of the little water sources along the way. Just little pools to scoop from, nothing really flowing though. Just coming up on a flowing stream across the trail. This one looks much better. Probably suck down some water and take a little bit from here while I'm at it. There's another nice little stream crossing. Plenty of water so far on the way up. Looks like we're getting too high in elevation for the Saguaro. Those are fading out at these elevations. Made it to the Grass Shack campground. Nice flowing stream out front here. It's almost 11 o'clock. I think I'm going to take my lunch break here, fill up on tons of water. A couple of deer are going up the hill that way. And we'll just rest here and eat some snacks for a bit. Here's the campsite itself for Grass Shack. Nice little space in the trees. Bathrooms up there. Hitching post for horses. Stream out front. Well, this is a pay site. There's only 2 sites along the Arizona Trail inside the national park here that you can stay at, but you'd have to pay if you need to. We're just passing through. I think we're about halfway done for the day as well. About 9 miles in, and about 9 miles left or so. All done with our nice lunch break. Great little spot. I didn't even notice this sign until I'm ready to head out, but this main area is the designated thru hiker site, so that's kind of cool. Jam in plenty of hikers around here. But we are good to go. Next rest stop is going to be 4 miles up is the next campgrounds, and that's going to be Manning Camp. Should be the same facilities up there, water and bathroom and stuff. So that'll be another nice place to stop. We're starting to get into the heat of the day now. It's definitely warm. Not too bad if you can find a little shady spot to sit in, but it's getting hot out in the sun. Definitely a heck of a climb. Well, it's officially too hot and too steep. I'm going to be taking a little bit more breaks on the way up. It's still a pretty brutal uphill climb. We're getting there. We're taking another sit down. It's a rough climbing day. I think we're about a mile to the Manning camp. We'll take a nice good long break there. I think we're above 7,500 feet now. Getting to these nice high altitude pine trees that I like. Here's Chimenea Creek flowing right across the trail. I'm going to load up here, 1/4 mile to Manning Camp, and an overdue rest break. This must be the main part of Chimenea Creek. What I collected from is just a little side trickle. Some patches of snow up here too, it looks like. But our rest break at Manning Camp is now just around the corner. Made it to Manning Camp. I'm gonna go chill in the thru hiker section, I guess. Man, that took too long to get here between the 2 camps. That was like 3 hours to do the 4 miles. But I think we're through the steepest of the climbs. We still got like 2 miles to go to get to the top. But it shouldn't be so bad. We're done with that snack break, back on trail. We got about 2 miles left till the top of the climb, and then a little over 4 miles total for the end of the day. That'll put us just outside the park boundary. It's like a little horse corral over there. Must be like a ranger station area. I just came across this little thing. I've never seen one of these before. You're supposed to put your phone at the top of the post in the bracket, take a picture of the landscape, and then send it to the website there so the National Park Service can just kind of monitor, like if one person a week is doing it, they can see how the mountain's doing without actually sending rangers up here. I'm too lazy for that, but somebody else can go ahead and submit to that thing. This area is just stunningly beautiful. Tranquil little stream going through here, little patches of snow. My favorite kind of forest with these high altitude pine trees. This is where it's at. Steep in the last mile to the top. I made it to the high point, 8,600 feet. That side trail going that way will take you to the top of Mount Micah, just a couple hundred feet, but I'm not doing that. We're continuing all downhill from here. Looks like a really steep downhill, but we're getting there. Easy stuff now until the park boundary. There's some snow patches on the trail, but it's pretty easy coming down. Awesome distant views out to the east and off to the north. We made it to the Italian spring. This one looks kind of scummy. This was my last planned water source. I can collect from it easily enough. This probably work. There might be a better stream flowing across the trail, but I think I might just load up here. Get us all the way to where I may be camping. Beautiful views on this side of the mountain. Almost to camp. Oh, made it to the other side of the park boundary. There should be some room for tenting just a little bit further up. Well, I think this is going to be camp. This is the best looking flat-ish spot. There's maybe 5 spots for tents around here, but they're not very good looking. Kind of rocky, not very level. But anyway, I'll get this one figured out. So I think that's going to be it for today. It's been rough going up and over a big mountain. I think we did 17.5 miles or so to get from boundary to boundary. Took just almost 12 hours. It's like 5:45. We started at 6 a.m. I haven't seen another hiker all day. I thought this is where everyone would be bunched up at. I saw a couple last night, but then no one hiked out in the morning. Nobody's here at this spot. There might be somebody trickling in later. We'll see. But we're still sticking to like 15-mile days to get us up to Mount Lemmon. Mount Lemmon will be the next major mountain climb, and that'll be a day or two from now. So I think that's it. I'm going to cook up some dinner and get right to bed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Had a couple people come in last night right around sunset, at least 2 others I think. So we'll all be hiking out. They'll be a little bit behind me. It looks like everyone was waking up around the same time. But the really steep downhill continues for like another 4.5 miles I think. And then we get into these rolling foothills before starting Mount Lemmon. Probably tomorrow I think. Hard to tell exactly. But water apparently is plentiful for like the next 5 to 10 miles. I don't know. Might be a water cache or 2 along the way. Maybe some cattle tanks later. Kind of see how it goes. Today we're only shooting for like a 14-mile day I think. Will set us up nicely. And that's about it. Awesome views on the way down. So we'll see you down trail. That's all Tucson area down there. Great little stream here. Make sure I'm all topped up. And on to the next one. There's looking back at Mount Micah. Lots of snow up there. Still making our way in the descent. Almost to the bottom of the descent. And then it's just these rolling foothills. Made it down to the Italian spring trailhead. Time to take a break. See if I can find a place in the shade with minimal bugs. It's kind of buggy around here. Back on trail. Next stop should be a water cache at Reddington Road, about 2.5 miles. A couple of patches of these little yellowy orange flowers. Forget what those ones are called. I think I knew it at one point. But like I was figuring, there's no more of the saguaro cactus. We're kind of too far east of their range now on this side of the mountains. We made it down to the water cache at Reddington Road. Make sure I'm topped up here. Taking a little break. Well, done with the break, getting back on trail. The Molino Basin Campground, 10.8. I don't think I'm going to make it that far, but there's a nice little campground there I could stay at. There's no need to push it or anything, but Bella Toa Road, 4.3. I think there's supposed to be like some kind of cow tank water feature, cow pond thing that apparently has clear water. Might be the next water source that we got coming up for the day. I feel like I'm moving quick today. It's a lot easier to move when you're not struggling up a mountain. Time for another shady sit-down break. It's definitely a warm one today, but there's a little bit of a breeze. The breeze isn't cool, but it's enough to not keep things too hot. But we'll be back on trail in a bit. Made it out to Balota Ranch Road. I just had a nice little sit-down break in the shade there. This is where there's supposed to be a water source pond. I was just double checking water ahead and how much I got. I've got like a liter plus still on me. And 2 miles ahead there's supposed to be a nice flowing creek, Agua Caliente. So I think I'm just gonna push on another 2 miles, make it to there and use that as my water source. And also because it's only like 12:30 and I'm getting close to the end of my day mileage-wise, it's like super early still. So a few miles past where I was aiming to camp is that designated campgrounds area. So I may just push those extra miles and just camp up in that area later. Yeah, here we go. Molino Basin Campground 6.4. I think that's probably where I'm going to end up for today. And this is right where that little pond water source was at. A little scummy. Kind of clear enough out in the middle though. I'll keep pushing on to find the stream later. We made it down to the Agua Caliente water source. Nice shady trees. There's a couple of hikers just ahead of me here. I'll go hang out with these guys. I've been leapfrogging them a little bit today. And we'll just enjoy a nice, cool break. Well, done with our really nice break by the stream. Just chilling, drinking, eating, chatting with some other hikers. Figure it's about time to push on. From here we only got like 4 miles, I think, to this campground we're aiming for. But there's a big hill climb between here and there. I think we're going to gain 1,000 feet of elevation up and over. And then drops down into the campgrounds. We'll see what that situation looks like when we get there. I think it's a pay site place. Nice that we're following this little stream going up. I don't know at what point where the stream ends, because I'd like to kind of top off at some point before hitting the campground. I think there's no like designated water at the campgrounds, but I think there's like a supplied water cache or something like that. So even then we may be able to get something up there. Guess this is the start of the last hill climb of the day. Just looking back down at the trail. Mount Micah. Definitely been a steep climb. Going up and around there somewhere. Well, I think we finally made it to the top. That was a heck of a climb. I'm thoroughly worn out. Should be all downhill from here. Less than a mile, I think, to the campground. Nice paved road up to it. Probably hitch out to Tucson if you needed to. Well, this is nice. Little cold stream flowing right across the trail. We're about a 1/4 mile to the campground just up there. So I'm gonna load up here and then we're good to go. Well, the camp host wasn't around, so I couldn't inquire further, but it looks like just pay 20 bucks. Go pick out your site as long as it's vacant, and you're good to go. Just looking to see if there was a through hiker designated area or not, but one way or the other, we'll get this figured out. Well, I think this will do it. I pretty much just grabbed the first available site that I saw. Got the privy right next door, the highway out of here. Each site, I guess, has got a little picnic table and a little bear box there, so that's all good. The only thing I need to do now is find a pen so I can write the site payment information and slip 20 bucks in an envelope and file that away. So that's my next mission. Well, I think I'm good to go. I found someone with a pen I can borrow, filled out the information, I'm keeping the receipt, and I think I'm set. I've got this place for a night, 20 bucks. Looked like there was stealth options just a little bit before coming into here, so you don't have to stay here and pay for the campground, but we'll donate to the cause of the Arizona recreation areas. Anyway, I think that's about it. It's about 5 o'clock. Time to cook up some dinner, edit some videos, and then off to bed. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.